What am I doing?
Kourtney Kardashian is really worried about Justin Bieber, and her husband Travis Barker is not happy. But why is that? This whole story is completely crazy, so let's jump straight into it. Old videos are making the rounds on social media showing Diddy hanging out with a 15-year-old Justin Bieber. And obviously, everyone is super weirded out by the whole thing. I mean, one video that's been going around shows Diddy talking about how he spent hours with Justin and that he should know better than to talk about what they did together. These videos really make it seem like Justin has seen some shady stuff, but Justin has been living super low-key since the whole Diddy thing started up. He's made barely any public appearances, and his social media has been empty except for a couple of posts. So nobody actually knows what he's thinking or how he's doing, which is worrying a lot of his followers and his friends right now. But nobody is more worried than Kourtney. I mean, let's not forget that back in 2015, after Kourtney divorced Scott Disick, there were all these rumors that she and Justin were together. They were never actually confirmed to have dated, but it really seems like they most likely did. And considering that they were maybe together during a pretty difficult time in both of their lives, I can understand why she would be so emotionally concerned about him. Apparently, she's really worried about how he's coping with everything going on in his life, because he's not just dealing with the Diddy drama. Justin is also a new father, so he has to be there for his wife and son. And that's stressful enough before you factor in that Justin is being constantly hounded by fans and the media who want him to speak about this whole mess. So it makes sense why Kourtney would be so worried about him. After all, she is a mom of 4 in the public eye and a member of the most drama-centric family on earth. If anybody knows a thing or two about raising a family in a stressful environment, it's Kourtney. According to people close to her, Kourtney has been talking more often about reaching out and offering Justin help and support. But she's also allegedly been talking about possibly rekindling some kind of platonic friendship with him so that she can be there for him if he gets too overwhelmed in the future. This is pretty shocking. Most people were convinced that whatever they had was just a rebound and they would probably never speak again. And apparently, even Kourtney's current husband, Travis Barker, thought this. Allegedly, he's not happy with any of the things that Kourtney has been suggesting. And I actually think he might have a point. Travis has supposedly told his friends that he thinks that Kourtney is being super disrespectful by even suggesting that she would go and publicly support her ex. And honestly, it does kind of make sense. I mean, this guy is allegedly his wife's ex. I think any person would be a little hesitant to just agree with something like that. But according to those who know him, his real concerns are not actually about Justin at all. It's all about him. Apparently, Travis is super possessive over Kourtney to the point where he doesn't like her spending time with any other guy, let alone someone she had a relationship with once. And in my opinion, that's a pretty immature place for him to come from. I mean, he's married to one of the most famous women on the planet, and a businesswoman at that. It's literally impossible for her to go through her working life and never spend time with another guy. It kind of suggests that he doesn't really trust her enough to respect their marriage, which is pretty wild. But Kourtney has allegedly told him over and over again that she has no feelings for Justin, and that she just wants to be the friend he needs in this difficult time, especially since Justin is basically off the grid right now. And that's before we go into Justin's history. We know that he struggled in the public eye for years. He's had anxiety issues and problems with substances, so it's not exactly difficult to imagine that he's having a really hard time handling the situation. So maybe a friend is exactly what he needs right now. But there's another theory about why Travis might be so reluctant to allow Kourtney to do this. He's apparently worried that if she does reach out to Justin and supports him during this time, the media and the fans will spin it as them getting back together, which would be another stressful situation to add to Justin's plate. The last thing he needs is to be accused of cheating on his wife and ruining another marriage at the same time. Now, I can't imagine it would ever get that bad, and I would like to think that both couples would be strong enough to just ignore the noise around them, especially after they've been in the public eye for so long. But I would totally understand the reluctance to reach out if that was going to be the reason. I mean, some fans are even convinced that Rain is Justin's baby, which has been pretty strongly denied by everyone close to Kourtney. So Travis might be thinking that her reaching out to him is only going to feed that story. And you can't blame him for wanting to avoid reviving that drama. I mean, we don't even know how things are between Justin and Kourtney. They haven't been seen in the same place since 2017, and it seems like they haven't spoken since. Now, I don't believe for a second that Justin would be unhappy to hear from her, but we have to remember that he's had his entire life played out in the media. And he's complained before about fake people coming into his life to get some drama and attention for themselves. So even if she did reach out, he could possibly just reject her friendship entirely. It can't be easy to wake up and suddenly have all all these very famous people from your past caring for your well-being the moment you're dragged into some drama. Considering how long he's had to deal with this kind of thing, I could imagine that he would be a little hesitant to just willingly welcome her into his life, especially since he has a wife and children now too. It wouldn't be all that surprising to me if Kourtney's support would just complicate everything. But I also think that Travis needs to accept that Kourtney is her own person. It's weird for a grown man to be so reluctant to let his adult wife be friends with other men. Even Kourtney apparently has said to other people that she thinks he's being super immature about the whole thing. And you know what? She's right. But she's also said that she won't go against his wishes and will stay away from Justin because she loves Travis too much. Even though I think Travis is acting like a little boy, I think she's probably right not to get involved in this whole thing. The Diddy mess is so horrible that the Kardashians will probably benefit from staying out of the drama for once. But what do you guys think? Are you shocked by Travis's reaction to this whole thing? Or do you think that Kourtney might be crossing a line by reaching out to her ex? And do you think that Justin would even appreciate hearing from Kourtney after all this time? I'm pretty sure that he would be grateful to hear from her. But I think that Kourtney should maybe think it through a little more before committing to this move. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below.